Alright, what is going on, everyone? Apologies for the hype video not having no sound, that was my bad. But, welcome back to Relentless Racing League Arca Series. Tonight we got the Parmesan Group Arca Series here at Chicagoland. We're following along with the 64 of John Dottel, and you see him getting really loose off of turn 4 there for the qualifying lap. But, tonight we do actually got a sponsor for tonight's race. Give me a second. I looked it up and I knew it too. Mr. Beckstead is Beckstead and Twins Roofing sponsoring this race. They called it the single and ready to shingle. So I think Beckstead's out here racing. If I'm not mistaken, he is. He's the number 9. That's gonna be tonight's sponsor. Interesting name missing here tonight. No Cody Workman. Been a dominant driver all season long. Not here tonight, so it should be interesting who can take advantage of him not being here. I think he has won 3 of the races so far this season. Do I still not have sound? I know I have sound. That was from before. Currently, John Nichols on the leaderboard. Chris French P2, Johnny Brugg P3. Right along with the 9 of Corey Beckstead. Corey Beckstead's second lap will not be quicker. We're trying to find some people that might be qualifying. Right on board with Timothy Nicius? I still don't know how to pronounce his last name. Oh. What a save that was, I wanted to. Currently, Nichols holds that P1 position. A couple of guys left out on track. Oh, this is gonna be confusing. The 15 and 64 are running identical pace schemes. Who is on that car though? Throttle Hoppers. Oh, I like that. That's a cool logo. That has to be their name. He has this... Oh, that's cool. So no, go back. I like that. So they took off the front headlights. They put his name on the left side, his number on the right. I want to look at 64, so we'll go over 64. We'll go look at 64 here, but let's go over our official starting lineup here tonight. Getting that pole position, and I believe his first race, John Nichols. Outside him, Chris French in that 53 machine. Row 2, Johnny the Rocket Brugg and Joshua Short. Graham Connolly. Connolly? I'll probably butcher that. Zachary Tyler, row 3. Ryan McLean and Tyler Berry, row 4. Joshua Clatterbuck and John Nidek Jr., row 5. Caleb Colburn and Timothy Nicius. I'm not saying that last name. Row 6, row 7. Drew Holman's making his return to RRL. And Edward Peltz. Marshall Harris and Andrew Gueda, row 8. Row 9, Steve Clark, Corey Beckstead. Our race sponsor, Tony Frey, Sean Pointer, Road 10, and Angelo Rocosaval. Holy cow. I don't know. Gosh, I am butchering names tonight. And John Dottel. Row 11 around the field there, Eddie, in that 23rd starting position. I want to look at the 64. Is he set up the same way? He is. That is so cool. What's the rear of that car look like? Oh, that's dope. There's no doubt who you're following in that car. I'm looking for the 50 grid. I don't see the 50s rear bumper. Oh my god. Chases? Serious? That, I know that's spelled right, Connor, but that looks so wrong seeing it spelled like that. It really does. Alright, so the 50. I kind of like that. That's kind of cool. And I think they got our... They do. That is so cool. Dotell and Clark. I give you guys mad props. I like the way you guys set those cars up. It's going to be confusing. They look identical, but just the way they're set up is really cool. I like it. Get with them. They might put it on there, Connor. They have FBRN. Yeah, they have it a couple times. See if I can get a zoomed in camera of this. Do I have zoomed in on this track? I do. Oh, they got 4. Okay. I get with them, Connor. They might put one on there. They could probably put it like on the back or something. It throttle with a D, please. Dottle? Is it Dottle? Am I saying it wrong? No, I'm not. What? I'm so confused. Anyways. Green flag. Yeah, they're confusing. Green flag back, not back on it. In the air. Here at Chicagoland. Nichols takes the green flag. French one's outside. 37 did not get a good launch. 41.53 side by side, rolling through 1 and 2, 100 lap race here tonight. Pretty long race for the Arca series. Everyone able to make it through. Johnny Brugge able to take that P2 away from the 53 machine. Johnny Brugge starting to fall back. 53 at French got a good run off of 3 and 4 there. Watch these guys battle out a little further back. Get the 71 of Conley. Looking inside of the 20 of Tyler. And wow, that car got wicked loose. Get behind them. We got. Oh, no, we got a caution. Corey Beckstead, our race sponsor, having issues. Oh! I think that was just a 3-wide racing. That's a 64 Dottle. Well, I think Dottle got loose. Yeah, Dottle got loose right here. Oh, that's what you're talking about. Throttle with a D. Dottle. Okay. I think it said Dottel earlier. Alright. Hits the 6, and 6 gets sent up into the 9. I think for the most part, I think everyone got through that. Like, fairly unscathed, as I see that the 9 backs into the wall. A little bit of damage on that left rear, or right rear, I should say. Actually, the whole bumper. Nothing too significant on that number 9, though. Best taxes is a nice thing in our series. That's funny. Looks like the track is cold. Oh yeah, it is. Wow, 69-degree track temp. Cold tires. Holy cow. I think that's one of the coolest track times I've ever seen. 69 degrees? Wow. Of course Jeremy's lurking. He has nothing else better to do. He's sitting in a hotel room bored. Alrighty, and Pacers are going through 3 and 4. We're going to take the green flag this time by. I've got my track map out. Oh, it's broken, that's why. Lovely.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag back out in the air. Nichols gets a good launch. Johnny Brugg and the 53 of French side by side to go into turn 1. Johnny Brugg able to make that low line work on the 3 starts. 53 of French. Last time when we had the initial start, he got a good run down the backstretch, able to overtake Johnny Brugg in 3 and 4. Let's see if he can do the same thing this time by. Your French can't quite get a good run here. Here comes 37 a short. Further back, you got Tyler back here in a mess of traffic. That's a 13 of Clatterbuck, the 42 McQueen, and the 20 of Tyler, all duking it out. This is just inside the top 10. Zachary Tyler looking to try to get around the 13 of Collider, but can't quite get the job done. Let me side by side rolling through the tribal. A little bit further forward, you have the 77 of Caleb Colburn duking it out with Tyler Berry. Seven able to get the advantage here. Nichols has pulled out to a almost half a second lead over Rocket Man back here, Johnny Brugg. And just behind Brugg, you have that 53, our outside pole sitter, Chris French. Oh! I think Johnny got loose and Chris followed him into the wall there, losing a lot of times. Now French looking low going into turn 1. There's French looking low, and Johnny Brugg can't quite get it done. As Johnny gets that run off the outside lane, he's going to maintain that P2 for now. While he's got Duke it out, it's allowing Nichols to pull away from these guys. There's Nichols come off of turn 4, and there's the P2 through 4 behind him. Back here, you still got Barry and Colburn going at it. It's your battle for 6th back here. One thing about Chicagoland, it don't really matter what type of car you race, you're that Highline really good to defend your positions, but it has a tendency to burn up your tires a little bit more. It's not something you want to do lap after lap. 277 Colburn able to defend his position. Further back, Clatterbuck duking it out with a 3 of John Noddick. Noddick looking to go around the outside line. Look at the run he gets off of turn 2. What a corner that was for John Noddick, just rocking it past the 13. Got the 11 of Timothy back here, trying to get around Clatterbuck for the top 10, but gets a little loose. They're going through 1 and 2. Clatterbuck able to defend that position. Now we got a battle for 2nd. Brugg and French still going at it as Nichols is still driving away from these guys. 7/10 the gap now to 1st. Here comes the 37 of Short, looking to the inside of French. French able to get around that 53 machine. Everyone kind of single filing it out. Top 10 looks pretty spread out for the time being. Got the 920 or the number 20 Home Depot machine of Sean Pointer making his way through the field. He's an avid, so he started in the back. Fuel Run, Chicagoland, Arca cars. 60% fuel. I want to say 42. Might be off on that. It's a 2-stop race for sure. But Nichols is just driving away, and I kind of like that paint scheme. Let me get a closer look at it. Where is my camera? There it is. It's a really sweet paint scheme Nichols is running. If I'm not mistaken, I might be wrong on the name, but is that not an old Jimmy Spencer scheme? How was Drew doing? Drew Holman in the 6th. He was involved in that wreck earlier. Got set back a little bit. He is running towards the back. Currently sitting 21st. Early on this race, Drew Holman not having a good showing here. In his comeback race, as Nichols has gained us, has moved that lead up to a 2nd over Johnny Brugg. Bill Elliott, thank you. I knew I was going to get the name wrong. I know I've seen that scheme before. I was about to say I know it was a 90-something scheme. Got it pretty spread out. Let's see what kind of lap times we got running last time by. Let's look at best time. Best time's a 30.8. Last time by 31.7. So these guys are already reaching about a 2nd of fall off on their tires. Just 20 laps in. Last time by, the leader in the 42 McWheelan ran identical laps. Colburn up there with him as well, the 31.78. Brover 31.79. Still a couple 31.7s out there. Nichols improves to 31.6. Brugg run 3/10, damn near 3/10 slower. Pointer ran a 31.8 or 6. See a couple guys starting to really fall back. Calmly Colburn, they're in a 32 second range. They battling it out? No, they're not. They just had a really bad lap that time. I knew it. I knew it. I knew someone ran that scheme back in the day. I will say this: they need to go back to this track. This track is still in really good condition. You got a battle going for third back here. French and Short have been nose to tail really this whole race.
The yellow flag is out.
Ooh. That is a yellow. Ryan McWheelan went off track. One of those guys that's running pretty good lap times, and I think this kind of tells all. Looks like the 71 just got loose in front of the 42. Chases up the track, and it's nowhere for Ryan and the 42 to go. And oh! Hard impact to that left rear tire from the 74. Sliding through the grass, able to stay off the wall, but I wonder how much damage that 71 has. Is he took a hard hit to the outside wall right here. Oh, he didn't get loose. I thought he got loose running through the corner. No, he just got tight. Or maybe he was just trying to chop the nose off 42. 42 had a run and just nothing. The 42 did wrong. Just could not check up in time. You see the 74 hard impact to that 42 machine. Take a look at his front end, and there's a pretty good amount of damage. Will not be surprised if we see some toe damage on that 74 machine. Everyone coming down pit lane to get some tires. Marshall Harris choosing to stay out. Maybe try to lead a lap. Of course you were. You're always rooting for me. Marshall's not electing to pit here. Wonder if he pitted underneath that last caution. No, he has not. Interesting call there by Marshall Harris. And I do want to say this, although we will be streaming, we will be broadcasting Monday. Do you want to say, for those of you guys that won't be tuning in for it, that are veterans, happy early Veterans Day. Thank you all for your service. I'm going to work on something for our veterans. Connor, if you can get with me, that'd be great. I want to plan an idea out. Try to get something up there for all our veterans. I got a list of names and branches they served in. Anyways, pace car lights are off. Gonna turn down pit lane. Marsha Harris completely into green here on lap 25. Green flag back out in the air. Solid start by that number 19 machine. Shut up, Jacob. And it's going to be interesting as the 41 will be stuck behind the 19. And here comes Johnny Brugg going to shoot past Marsha Harris to the lead. 41 and Nichols going to look to the outside of the 19. Going to squeeze himself between the wall and the car. Able to get the pass complete. Or start the pass to complete it here in 3 and 4. In the meantime, just behind them, you'll have the 37 of Short and French duking out. Now French is stuck behind the 19. 3 wide off of turn 2, or turn 4. 3 wide race, and they roll through a trial with a 53 of French with the advantage. .37 though of Short, going to look for a run on the outside, going to get the pass complete here as they go down the backstretch. Meanwhile, Johnny Brugg with a really smart move there on that restart, able to take over the lead and see how long he can hold it off, as Nichols definitely had the car to beat on that first initial run of the race. Really solid speed out of him, but Johnny Brugg was starting to pull away here a little bit. Maybe found something, or maybe made a change on how he was driving to maybe conserve some of his tires here. We'll go further on the back. Let's go check in from the admins here in this race. Tony Frey running the Arca sponsor on his car. Haven't talked about him tonight. He's running inside the top 10. Waiting to mention him, as that is a nifty looking car. I don't know if he made it or if he had found it on Trading Paints, but it's looking really solid. And Andrew Gueda having some issues. He has crashed. In pit lane he goes. Not sure what happened at 54 machine, or 56 machine. He's all damaged from source. When did he hit the wall? Oh, here. Oh, here it is right here. You can wait on the inside. Marshall on that. Oh, reverse that. Marshall needs like wait on the outside here and rolling through corner exit. Waited just kind of turned down on him. Not into Marshall. Oh, what a move that was. Oh! Who was that that barely made it through? See, the 7 gets loose because of it, and the 9 just barely squeezing by that wreck. Go back to live racing here. Johnny Brugg up to a half a second lead over the 41. Sean Pointer battling it out with a 74 of Barry back here. It's battle for 8th. Pointer able to get the pass complete. You gotta wonder how much that damage to that left front or right front is hurting that 74. You see it's crinkled in there a little bit right in front of that headlight. What is 74? We'll get a closer look at it. There's still quite a bit of aero damage on that right front of the 74. And we'll go back to the lead here. It's starting to heat up. Nichols has closed that gap down to under 2 tenths now. They roll through 1 and 2. Johnny Brugg going to try to hold off this hard-charging 41 machine of John Nichols. It's going to be a hard task to do. As like I said earlier, Nichols definitely had a really solid car on that last run. Look through the scoreboard. Your highest mover as far as Arca drivers go is going to be the 64 of John Dottle, up 8 spots from where he started at. Another one that's up a decent amount of spots is John Nidek. He's up 4. Yeah, he's up 4 from where he started at. Currently running in that P6 position. Johnny Brigdo still leading the way. Still able to hold it off Nichols for the time being. John now starting to make a really good run here at that number 4 machine. Going on the backstretch into turn 3. Nichols going to try to make a move possibly here. Come on, turn 4. I can't tell if Dottle is just struggling to get around Brugg, or maybe he's just playing a little tire conservation game. Not seeing Dottle really overdrive the car too much out of corner exit. Another battle we got thrown back here. Colburn short duking it out. Battle for 4th back here. Winner's able to get around John Nidek for P6. Pointer and Nidek are still going at back here. They are Nidek able to get back around him, but Colburn looking to the inside of Short here. They roll through the trial into turn 1. Colburn able to get that pass complete. Short going to look for a run and maybe even a crossover here off of turn 2. Not able to get it done. I think that 37 started getting a little too tight on corner exit. We're back up to the battle for the lead. Not sure what happened to Nichols. He had closed that gap down to about a 1/10 and a half. Now that gap's back up to 3/10 as we have just we have 60 laps to go this time. Ooh, someone slow on the backstretch. I believe that's Injigueta. It was. Not sure what happened to 56. Coming down pit lane here. I wonder if he hit the wall again or if his car's just not handling good. I don't think it's going to handle good at all. But anyways, these two have built up a good lead. Back to the battle for 5th. Short able to get around French into P4. Take a look at some last lap times. Keep Driver on a 31.9, Nichols a 32.0. Everyone else running around low 32s. I think one got to keep an eye on that number 20 of Sean Pointer back there. Last time by, ran the third quickest lap. Back on the inside of French as they come out of turn 4. Sean Pointer just ran an identical lap as last time by. Second quickest on track. Pointer's able to complete the pass on French. Now working on the 37 to short. Johnny Brugg, he has pulled up to a second gap over Nichols here, coming up about 4 laps away from the halfway mark. As Pointer able to clear the 37 corner exit, maybe. Yeah, what a move that was. Sean Pointer on the low line, able to get a better run off the corner exit than short. Gonna pull up right in front of him. Sean Pointer into P4. I am not sure what happened this run to the 41. He has lost a lot of speed as short and French are still duking it out from P5. Here comes John Noddick into the picture. John Noddick want him some medicine for a top 5. Noddick looking the inside of 37. Though Short gets a really good run off corner exit down the backstretch. Short able to prevail. Looking for a run on the 53. Going to stay up on that high line. Interesting move by the 37. He has the run. He could attempted a dive bomb there on the 53, but smart move, holding it off. Right, looking to the inside of Short going into turn 1. Oh, someone just blinked out. Oh, not sent it in there. Almost got in that left rear quarter panel of 37. Now Short looking to get around French on the outside. This is a good battle, bro, and this is for 5th. Noddick's starting to fall back here a little bit. A little bit further forward, Sean Pointer looking to get around the 77 for 3rd. Pointer started this race in the rear. It's one of the rules when admins do races and series they're not a part of. They got a start in the rear, and he has made his way up into P3. Up there watching, excuse me, up there watching Pointer, not able to get around the 53 of French. Here comes the 64 of Dottle. He is a lap down on fresh tires, trying to make some magic work. Looks like Noddick dipping down the pit road this time by. Yeah, Noddick coming down this time. I think pit window is open for these guys to make it to the end. John Knight can be the first taker down pit road for some fresh tires. In the at least in the top 5, that is. Johnny Brugg has built up a 1.2 second lead over Nichols. Yeehaw! Looks like French coming down pit road this time by. Green flag pit cycles have started. The last thing these guys want to see on pit lane is a yellow flag at this point. Johnny Brook really building into that lead. 1.5 seconds the gap now. What's going on with the 41? Is he back in traffic, or is his car just not handling that well? You and me both, Davey. You and me both. Yeah, last time by, Johnny Bruggen was 4/10 quicker than Nichols. What's up, Joseph? Colburn coming down pit lane. Green flag cycles have started. These guys can go a little bit longer. If they're pitting now for fuel, that's telling me the fuel one is about 48 laps. And these guys have only been out there about 20 laps or so. Either that or the fuel window is a lot lower than I thought it was, and it's a two-stop race from here. And these guys are trying an early pit strategy on their first stop. Right now they've been out for 32 laps, so you have to pit. If the pit window is only like 40 laps, well, even that wouldn't make sense because I don't know. I might be way off on my math. Here's the 16 down pit lane. It'll be interesting to see because I think if anyone's going to try to make it on one stop, it's going to be Johnny Brugg. As I say that, Johnny Brugg coming down pit lane this time by. Nichols choosing to stay out another lap. So that puts the 41 back in the lead. Sean Porter staying out another lap. Beckstead, yeah, Beckstead's not having a decent race. 64, trying to get his lap back the hard way. I don't know if Brugg got a speeding penalty. Oh no, he's still getting tires put on, never mind. It should be interesting to see how big of an advantage it was John Nidek pitted when he did. So Johnny Brook's just not pulling on pit lane. And Nidek rolling, coming out of turn 4 actually right now. Brugg is just not coming up to speed off of pit lane. Here comes John Nidek. John Nidek, one of the first takers down pit lane in the top 5. Pointer short end this time by. I think the 41. You have the 41 and Nichols in as well. So right now your battle for the lead is going to be between the 4 and the 3. Johnny Brugg able to maintain at least a 3-second gap, maybe about 2.5-second gap over John Nidek. Brugg rolling around 3 and 4, going to be passing the 41 to put him back in the lead here. This time by John Nidek can be able to get around the 41. No, not quite. Yep. Never mind. I lied. He was able to get by the 41. A little bit of shake-up in the top 3 with a different, yeah, I can't say the word, but those different pit strategies. 77 as well was a lot, able to get by the 41. Yeah, so I'm going to say I was off in pit window. I am going to take it. The 41 stayed out as long as he could, which was 35 laps. So I was about 7 laps short. Because if that's the case, yeah, Nidek's going to split this into 3. So Nidek's probably going to stay out 20 more laps. Going to come in with about 20 to go for his final pit stop. Well, while we got the green flag action, go ahead and give a rundown of our schedule coming up next week. Like I said, I'm going to do something special for the veterans. I don't know if it's going to be something I'm going to display on the screen for the whole race like I did for breast cancer, or if it's just going to be something that I display before the broadcast starts and throughout the broadcast. But definitely going to do something special for those guys. As 41 maybe got at 77. We'll go over the rundown here in a second. Let's watch this battle real quick. Nichols able to get around Nidick. Move Nichols back into P2. But anyway, so we're going to kick off next week on Veterans Day. Xfinity going to be at Kansas. Go to a 1.5-mile track. Truck is going to Las Vegas for their race next week. Cup, we are going to Kansas. And then we're going to finish off next week here back in the Arca series. They're going to their first road course of the season. They're going to Road America next week. Road America, a very technical track, especially that hard braking downhill into turn 5. So it should be interesting to see how these guys do there. Now Nidick needs to be battling it out with Colburn for P3 to get around the 7 of Edward Pelt. Edward Pelt, I believe your car, the car currently in the lucky dog spot. If we do see a caution, 77 got really tight off corner exit there to get around the 54 Gueda or 56 Gueda, who is not having a good race. Alright. Stop it. Y'all kill me with the love. Making me feel special. I'm already special enough. Johnny Nidick got loose. Not loose. He got tight coming off of turn 2 there. Really allowed the 77 of Colburn to get a good run going down the backstretch. Huh. Look out, the 3 people say it. Johnny Brugg still leading the way. Nichols P2. It's going to be interesting to see what pit strategy is going to look like here for the second part of this run. Who's going to run it dry and who's going to try the short pit strategy. Nidick, so when he originally pitted, he was running I believe 5th or 6th. So we'll see throughout this run if 7 got really loose. Nidick gets a little loose coming off of turn 2. But we're going to see on this run if Nidick net gains or if he loses positions pitting early like he did. Currently, he's net gaining at least a spot. Real thing to watch out is Brugg. Nichols is really starting to gain on Johnny Brugg here. Last time by, John Nichols was 0.2 quicker. Ooh, Johnny Brugg hitting a little hard off of turn 4. We're going to lose a lot of time because of that. Look at that gap close down to under a second. 0.8 going into turn 1. Johnny Brugg lost half a second. Got tied off of turn 4. Slammed the outside wall. A quick look at the front of his car. See if there's any damage. Not seeing really any significant damage on that Ford machine, but definitely lost a lot of time to the 41 machine. This time by, Brugg runs the 31.4. Nichols actually lost time. Now, it's pretty impressive because Brugg was still trying to get up the speed after losing time coming out of turn 4. So for Nichols to still lose time kind of shows that Brugg maybe has a decent long run car. Maybe was just trying to figure the track out on that first initial green flag run. We get 30 to go this time by. Nichols a little bit quicker. Nope, not that one. Where's the one I want? There it is, this one. Alrighty. We'll pull up the lap time history. See, Johnny Brugg had that massive loss about 3 laps ago. Really, Nichols has been gaining quite a bit. Only lost a little under a tenth on lap 69, but other than that, you see Nichols really gaining a lot of time on Johnny Brugg. I bet he gained a little over a tenth last time by. Nichols just a little bit quicker than Johnny Brugg that time. I think if you're the 41 of John Nichols, I think what you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to short pit Brugg by a lap. Maybe 2, but 2's the max you want to short pit by right now. As take a look at the last time by the 31.6. Their fastest was a 31, or not 31, a 30.8. Let's double check that. Yeah, 30.7 is their quickest, so they're about a second fall off. So if you're Nichols, you gotta try to strategize and get in the brain of Johnny Brugg. It's a big chess game now between these two. They're up 6 seconds on the whole entire field. So, ooh, Nichols are losing a lot of time going down the backstretch. What happened to John Nichols coming off of turn 2 is he lost a ton of time. There it is. Him coming off of turn 2, gets tight, he can really off the gas, into the outside wall he goes, and just really loses time on Johnny Brugg. Let's go on board here. It's a 41, rolling through 1 and 2. And you hear him on the gas, and you hear him lift right about now. Lifting, and just... Yeah, we were talking about that scheme earlier. I, for some reason, said Jimmy Spencer. I was way off. Old Bill Elliott scheme. I always forget Bill Elliott drove a 4 for a little bit. Yeah, that scheme is looking really nice, though, Davey. Ow. I think Nichols lost a second and a half that lap down the wall. Oh, we got a yellow flag. 24 to go. If I'm Johnny Brugg, that's not what I wanted to see. If John Dottle having issues, man, there's a lot of Johns in this series. He's already down on the apron. Oh, just got loose. Coming out of pit lane into the wall he goes, and I would definitely bring out a caution. He is backwards on track. Everyone trying to scramble to get around him. And during that green flag run, I was so caught up on the gap that between Brugg and Nichols, I completely lost track. Pointer was actually able to get his way back into the top 3. Got around Colburn at some point. Well, I got around Colburn probably about 2 or 3 laps ago. I think he owned a team. Did he? When was he running that scheme? Like early 2000s? No, because the Taurus. So that would have been late 90s, right? No, that would have been early 2000s. The Ford Taurus. Mid 90s. I thought that. Oh, because it wasn't a Taurus he ran on, it was a Thunderbird. That's what's throwing me off. For some reason, it has a Taurus headlights and not a Thunderbird front end. Correct me if I'm wrong, but they ran the Taurus in the early 2000s, right? Or did they already switch? No, yeah, they did, because they ran the Taurus for a while. If I'm not mistaken, they ran a Taurus when the car tomorrow first came out. At least Ford did. Or was it the Fusion? 98, the Taurus? Okay. No, yeah, it was the Fusion. They went to the Fusion, that's right. Wasn't there, like, something with the Taurus when they first brought it out that made it, like, crazy fast and they had to do something about it? Or was that when they put it on a Gen 4? Alrighty, so we're going to have a 20-lap sprint. Only third caution to race. You guys have had some solid racing. It's really been the Brugg and Nichols show. That's what I'm thinking of. Okay, I know there was controversy around the Taurus, and that's what it was. I mean, all we need is Nidek up here, and we can have the John Johnny show up front. Trucks last season we had JoJo and Joey. We have John and Johnny. Yeah, I remember that. I couldn't remember what it was, but I did remember there was some sort of controversy around the Ford Taurus when they first brought it to NASCAR. They secretly pieces of cars together to give the pass. Oh, sounds like Ford. All I gotta say is I hope Ford does not win this weekend. I don't care if it's Byron or Reddick. I don't want to see Ford win. I'm tired of Penske winning. Penske and their luck. Alrighty. But anyways, Johnny Brugg, John Nichols going to lead it back to green here with 20 to go here at Chicagoland. Yeah, pretty much. Green flag back out in the air, and Brugg got a really good restart. Not sure what Nichols was thinking. Laid back a lot. That's why Sean Porter to pull door to door with the 41 rolling through 1 and 2. Nichols, though, half that outside line, gets a good run off the corner exit. Here comes the 53 of French with the run down the backstretch. 3 wide. No, they're going to be 2 wide down the backstretch into turn 3. Oh, Sean Porter gets loose into turn 3 and 4. Up in the wall, the 20 goes. He's going to pull that car. Oh, he's going to pull it down pit lane. What happened to Pointer? Did it just snap on him, or? Almost 3 and 4. Oh, yeah, it just snapped, and Pointer just slams it into the outside wall. Johnny Brugg, though, out to a 6/10 second lead here early on in this run. Well, while we're going back and watching a replay, French was able to get to the inside of the 41 of Nichols. Chris French looking to get himself into P2. Chris French started P2. He was our outside pole sitter. Now with your pole sitter right in front of him. And they're duking it out for second. Just behind them, you'll see a big gaggle of cars. You got the 77 leading the way in front of these guys. Just behind them, you'll have Short, Nidek in the 11, who we've yet to really talk about tonight, of Timothy. I cannot say his last name, so I'm going to call him Timothy. That's what I'm saying. My guy didn't make it, so all I said is as soon as Martinsville's over, I want Reddick to win. Because it would be the biggest slap in the face to NASCAR. Like, you're going through a lawsuit with his team, but now you got to hand the trophy to him. And then not only that, like, and then how are you going to explain the fact that your defending champion is not guaranteed a spot into any race next season? He has to qualify into every race. That's gonna be great. Plus Toyota, yuck, Toyotas. No, I can't talk bad about Toyota. I eventually want to own an 80s model Toyota pickup. I just don't like Fords. Found on the road dead. Fix or repair daily. Let me get out of here. For the back though, I saw a switch on the scoreboard, and that's McQueen and Clatterbuck going at it. 42 had a moment earlier in the race, looking to gain some position back. 95. Need a badass mullet for the Yoda trucks. 95 Yoda cab. Shoot. Tempting. I would have to find a frame, suspension, all that stuff. I'll pass. Real talk though, someone on my route, they're completely basically building a Gen 1 Bronco from the ground up. They got the body and the chassis from somewhere in Colorado, had it shipped over here to North Carolina, and they got the body off right now. They just got the tires and suspension put on the chassis. It looks really cool. Anyway, I think 95 is too new. I like the 80s model, especially late 80s. Mid to late 80s. Oh, is that what it is? A Hilux? Anyway, 12 to go. Johnny Brooks leading the way. 0.8 of a second lead over the 41 of Nichols. Nichols was able to lead the race early on. Had a really, really good long run going on the initial long run we had before a second caution. Dawson for the win. I don't mind older Dawson trucks. Look, I'm a redneck. Get me like really any 70s to 80s model 4-wheel drive truck. Put some big swampers on it. Put a nice lift kit on. I'm good to go. Like an old Trailblazer, an old Bronco, an old Toyota pickup, an old Samurai. I like those little things. That's what I grew up around in Washington State. Like, grew up in the summer going out mudding, grew up in the winter going up in the mountains, going out and having fun in the snow. LB! Yes! You know LB! Yes! But LB's way different than what it used to be, Mitchell. Like, I heard LB turned into more of like a rock crawling thing. Growing up, LB was just a big mud pit. Nine to go, coming to 8 to go. Brugg with a 1.2 second lead. Not really seen any other battling going on. Maybe a little bit further back, maybe Nidick and Timothy. There's about a car length gap between those two. Yeah, that's what I heard. Like, you gotta remember, Mitch, I grew up in Shelton, so LB was not that far of a drive for us. We went to LB so many times. Come to 7 to go this time by. Yeah, it was. And then I grew up going to Great Harbor Raceway. Not Great Harbor Raceway. Yeah, Great Harbor Raceway all the time for the races out there. If you ever been out there, grew up watching J. Cole race almost every weekend. I think J. Cole's retiring now. Never went to a World of Outlaws event out there, though. Johnny Brugg up to a 2-second lead with just 6 to go. Last thing that number 4 wants to see is a yellow flag at this point. No, I'm looking at the gaps. Really no battling for position going on. Drew Holman. I haven't really talked about him. He had a really sluggish start to the race. He has made his way into the top 10. Yeah, I think without spread out the field, I don't think we're going to see yellow. Currently, as they run, your biggest mover would be the 16. He is up 10. Actually, I do got a battle going on. Colburn. Oh, wow, we got a big battle going on back here. This is the battle for 4th. $77-37, 3-11. All duking it out for that 4th position with 4 to go. Johnny Noddick gonna try to shoot the middle. Couldn't quite get it done. Johnny Brugg gonna get the 3 to go this time by, but we're gonna watch this battle for 4th. It is heating up. Johnny Brugg gonna look all the way down to the apron. Look down there, cutting the grass, trying to get on the 77. Short trying to get around him now. Noddick looking for a top 5 here. Same with the 11 of Timothy. 37. I thought I got into the wall. Almost looked like he was about to hit the wall. 2 to go. Cross sticks are out here at Chicagoland. Johnny Brugg, 2.5 second lead over Nichols. Here comes Johnny Noddick looking for a P4 into the inside of the 77. Noddick going to get a really solid center of 1 and 2. Going to get a good run off a corner exit. Johnny Brugg into P4. Or not Johnny Brugg, Johnny Noddick. Brugg, though, is going to collect the white flag. 1 to go here at Chicagoland. Johnny Brugg came up 1 spot short the last time we were racing here in the Relentless Racing Primizian Group Arca Series. Came up P2, looking to increase that position to 1st, so they're duking it out behind them for 4th. Johnny Brugg going to come off of turn 3 and 4 for the last time here tonight, Chicago. And Johnny Brugg will go back to victory lane here at Relentless Racing League. Nichols come up P2, French 3rd, and John Noddick 4th, and Colburn are out your top 5. Oh, those two are teammates. That's what it was. I didn't realize that. Yep. Brugg and Nichols 1-2 for Vendetta Motorsports or Vendetta Sim Sports here tonight. Whoa. Oh, I'm not even the broadcasting booth. Him now. Alrighty. While we go ahead and wait for our top 3 to join podium finishers. Wait for one more. We'll go in reverse order. We'll start with our race winner, Mr. Johnny Brugg, Rocket Man out here. Came up one spot short. Back in victory lane here in the Relentless Racing League, man. What a race. I gotta ask you, dude. So, Nichols, I didn't know you guys were teammates the whole time, but Nichols, he definitely had the better long run that first green flag stint. What did you change after you put new tires on? Because your car just took off that second run.
It was really just me kind of getting warmed up to the track. I joined the session with like 2 minutes to go before qualifying. So I really got warmed up. I did kind of take a couple notes of where Nichols was running. Took a few pointers there. Saw he was hitting the paint, kind of like how you do at Texas. So I started moving my line a little lower, and that seemed to help out. We were talking about that too. But yeah, he was awesome. He was super fast. It was super fun racing him. It was kind of a surprise for me to have a teammate in there with me today, but I'm really looking forward to racing with him in the future. And it's great that we swept first place and second place first time we ran together. So go Vendetta.
Yeah, man. I was. I think I said something along the line to where you figured something out that first run, because that second run you just built up a huge gap over Nichols in a 41. You had a little bit of moment, I think, coming off of 1 lap, and I thought he was gonna catch you there, but he had a moment off of 2 a couple laps later. But congrats on getting back in victory lane here tonight, man. Qualifying your way into the playoffs. I mean, it's not gonna be like the season you won the Arca championship where you showed up for only 2 races and won the championship. But
I'm hoping to make a few more races this season.
But you're so locked into the playoffs with the win, dude. Congrats on that. Let's get your shout outs in, and good luck next week at Road America.
Thank you. Yeah, I want to shout out my team, Vendetta. It was fun running with John and Sean tonight. Always good to be in the chat with them and giving each other little points and tips, helping each other out throughout the race. Want to thank the league and the league admins for putting this league together. So big shout out to those guys. And I, of course, want to thank you and the rest of the SBRN broadcast booth team for putting the show together. I'm looking forward to watching it back. And I want to shout out anybody that tuned in, and hopefully we put on a good show.
All right, man. Once again, congrats on the win.
Thank you, Isaac. Have a good night.
All right, next we'll pull in our P2 driver. Led early, looked like he had the car to beat. Johnny Brugg figured the track out, came up 1 spot short, man. I gotta ask you, do you think there's anything you could have done differently to maybe chase him down? I know he whooped you there at the end, but do you think there's anything a little bit differently you could have done? Were you maybe gonna try a different pit strategy if it did stay green?
Oh, just not make massive mistakes there on the final run. I got super loose out of 2 laps in a row. I was 4-wheel sliding it up, almost hit the wall twice, and it just murdered my tires, and I had nothing after that. I just took it a little bit. I just took it a little bit easy on the second run, thinking I'd have something for him, and then pushed too hard in the final one. So just minimizing mistakes. I felt like I did a really good job managing my tires there that run, but in traffic, the car just felt unpredictable behind another car.
All right, man. Well, congrats on your P2 here tonight. I believe this is your first race. I don't recognize your name.
Yeah, this is my first race here, and really my first race in the Arca car or Chicagoland in well over 4 years. So nice to get back in the seat.
Yeah, hopefully they bring you back to schedule. But well, I'll let you get your shout outs in, Manning, and good luck next week at Road America.
Cool. Shout out to Vendetta Sim Sports, the team that picked me up. It was fun racing with them, and David for inviting me here.
All right, man.
That's what I got this week.
All right, congrats.
Thanks. Hope to see you here next week.
Well, all right, man. Alrighty, next is bringing our P3, Chris French, who had some really solid battles with the 37 a short. You got a couple other good battles here tonight. I mean, third place. Yeah, I mean, that's nothing to really be ashamed of here at Chicagoland. You were the outside pole sitter, so you know you had the speed. Do you think there's anything you could have done maybe a little bit differently, or were those 2 guys as a whole other zip code?
there's a lot I could have done differently. I was talking to the other guys while we were waiting, and man, I just kept cooking the fronts. At one point, I'm trying to find speed in different areas throughout this race, and I thought tire saving might come into play, and all it did was just hurt me even more. So I think what I was doing wrong was lift points and when I got back in the throttle, so I could really carry that momentum off the exit and then down the straightaways. That's really where I felt like I was weakest. There's a couple of times I bounced off of the wall going into turn one, just trying to find that extra couple of feet, and it just worked against me. But I learned a lot from it. I wish I could have adjusted on the setup some. That would have helped, but it's a fixed setup, so you got to work with what you get.
Yeah, I have always been an advocate. I don't know if you ever played NASCAR Heat, but I have always been an advocate where I get to get their fixed setup, but I've always been an advocate of just let us adjust tire pressures and let us adjust, like, let us adjust what we can on an open setup, on our black box on a fixed setup. Like, give us something to adjust because not everyone has the same driving style, and this is just one setup. So maybe one day we might get that in iRacing, but I mean, who knows?
Yeah, either way, I think that's how you get the best drivers to rise to the top is you work with what you got. And it also brings in the opportunities for guys who really work with that track and car combo to really shine as well. So it's got its advantages and disadvantages, and it's just rising to the occasion when you can.
All right, man. Well, congrats once again on P3. Good luck next week at Road America. I'll let you get your shout-outs in.
Thank you. Thanks to everyone that puts this on, you and everyone else that takes the time to put this together and do the broadcast. And shout out to my sponsors, SellKnoxvilleMobileHomeFast.com, and looking forward to Road America.
All right, man. Good luck.
Thank you.
Alrighty, that will be it for tonight's race here at Chicagoland. Really solid race these guys put on. I think they only had 3 cautions, maybe 4. Really decent race. A lot of good long run racing. Johnny Brugg really just kind of took these guys to school here tonight. He figured out what worked for him, and there was just no catching him after that. But we'll catch you guys Monday on Veterans Day. Once again, if you guys do not tune in, happy early Veterans Day. Thank you all for your service. If you all do tune in, be sweet. We're going to do something special for the veterans here in Relentless. And we'll catch you guys then. Y'all have a safe weekend.